If you guys watched part one, my first YouTube video ever, you should know that I started wholesaling real estate with little to no money and no experience whatsoever. So I uploaded part one on April 6th, I believe, which was last weekend on Sunday, I'm pretty sure. So I was talking about how I kind of like pivoted over to land in that video a little bit, and I was going to start calling leads, and that I haven't started calling leads yet. So when I actually filmed that video, clearly I didn't do any outreach to any land leads or any vacant land leads yet. But when I uploaded that video, I already had a hot land lead on my hands, and I've had it on my hands for the past 2 weeks, even throughout the last video that I uploaded. I don't know what's going to be going on with it once this video gets uploaded, but at the time of filming, I still have it on my hands, and it was kind of about to. So I'm going to give you guys like the whole rundown of basically what happened. So literally like right after I finished filming my first YouTube video, part one of this video, I pulled a vacant land list. It was literally like no other filters, just straight vacant land. I went home that same night right after filming that video, started calling it. Literally, I can't remember if it was the first sitting of cold calling or the second sitting of cold calling on that specific list, the first list I've ever done on land. But basically on that first list, either the first sit through or the second, maybe the day after that video or the same night, I can't really remember. But I kept calling, and it was one of the last calls that I had. And motivation, right? So I got this guy reeled in. He's motivated. He's telling me he has 3 different lots that he is looking to sell. So I'm like, fuck, like jackpot, like first list, let's go. Like I'm pumped. Let's get into it. Let's get it. Right. So I started looking into it. Like, mind you, this is my first ever like hot lead when it comes to land. So I really, like, at first, when I first got the lead, I had no idea what I was doing. So I was like scrambling to my mentor, like trying to get to him, and like, what do I do? Like, what am I looking for here? Like, how do I know if this is the deal? Blah, 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 blah. Like, trying to figure everything out. Basically, I like, to be realistic, I figured everything out before I even like had the lead, because, you know, I made sure that I kind of knew what I was doing to a point before I started cold calling. But there were still things that go into it that I just didn't know how to do yet, because, like I said, it was my first hot lead and gotta learn. So basically, the first lot of his that I was looking at was only 3,000 square foot. So I spent a little bit of time looking at that until I realized that it just wasn't going to work, because, or not really realized, but learned that it wasn't going to work because it was just overall too small for, like, nothing was really going to be done on that lot because it was only 3,000 square foot. That's super, super small when it comes to land. So there's really nothing to be done with that. And then there's these 2 other ones that are on the same street, which are more, they're a lot bigger, like around, like, I think one of them's like 6,000 square foot and the other one's 7,500 square foot. So those 2 I could actually work with, because usually the minimum's like 5,000 square feet. So I started looking into those 2. I looked over, you know, everything like infrastructure, access, utilities, like water, sewers, like nearby schools, nearby hospitals, nearby fire stations, checking to see if it was wooded or not, this and that, and just making sure that everything made sense. And basically what I did to evaluate the deal at first, to even see if it would make sense, is I pulled up like the average like sale price of a home in that specific neighborhood, not in the city, in the specific neighborhood that the lot was in. So, for example, say, like, I'm not really good at math here, so I don't know how good I'm going to be able to do this example, but say the median sale price is $400,000 in that neighborhood, and then you look up the average. What I did was I looked up the average price per square foot. Say, you know, it's, I don't know, $200 per square foot, blah, 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 blah. You add it up, and not saying this is going to be the right math because I'm not a math guy, but you add it up, and basically it's $200,000. You also have to look up the average size of a home in that neighborhood as well. So average size of the home, average listing price in that neighborhood, and the average price per square foot in that neighborhood. And then you put them all together. So if you got, you know, $200 per square foot, the average size of a home is 1,500 square foot. 200 times 1,500, say that's $250,000. I think that actually might be right. I don't know though. $250,000, right? And then the median sale price for a home is $400,000. So that would make sense, right? Because I mean, roughly from our estimates, it would cost about $250,000 to build a house on that lot, and then based on the median sale price and the average size of a home in that neighborhood, it would sell at $400,000. That's obvious profit, and it would work, and it would make sense, right? So I made sure that it would make sense on paper, on numbers, rough estimates. It did. So that's when I started looking into infrastructure and all that other stuff to see like what I was really working with here. I looked into all that, and I realized that both lots were perfectly fine and perfectly workable, and they could definitely be worked into a deal. So, but the last thing was zoning. So I looked on the plot map, on the parcel map for zoning, and both of the parcels on the same street were zoned C1. So that means commercial use. C1's kind of like smaller commercial use, like maybe like daycares or like convenience stores, like small little stores, right? Nothing huge, because they're kind of smaller lots, like I said. So that's when I ran into my one and only problem, was the zoning, because all of my builders are looking to build residential and none of them are looking to build commercial. So that was my problem. I'm not going to lock this up and then try and sell it to a residential builder when it's zoned for commercial use. That just doesn't make sense. So I was sitting here and I was like, okay, like, I know Houston's kind of different when it comes to zoning. They don't, from what I've read, they don't have formal zoning laws. So what I did is I had some connections in Houston that are very educated on the market. So I texted them and I was like, hey man, like even though this lot here is zoned like C1 for commercial use, like do you think it'd be permissible or possible for me to build residentially on here, or like how would that work? I'm not like too familiar with the zoning laws in Houston, because I don't live anywhere near Texas or Houston. I'm in Maryland. So they basically told me like, yeah, man, it's kind of hard to say. Best thing to do is probably to contact the county. So that's what I tried to do. I tried doing that like over the weekend and then a couple days. And bro, I just could not get through to these people. And I don't know if it's like a worldwide thing. Clearly it's not, because I know a lot of other people that don't have hard times with their counties. But even down here in Maryland, like all the counties I deal with are just pains in the asses. Every single department, every single time something like this happens, I call a department and then they'll refer me to somebody else, and then this and this and that, and then it's just a big loophole and nobody can ever help me. So it took me a while, and they kind of, the department I kept calling, I called like 3 different departments to see if they could answer this question, and they kept transferring me to the same guy every single time. So I had this guy's number. I called this guy like 10 times, like 10 different days, and he like never answered the phone. I left like 5-6 different voicemails. I just could not get through to this guy. Like I tried everything I could. I tried emailing him. This guy would not respond to me. So I didn't know what to do. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna have to move on from this, because I'm not gonna sit here and lock this parcel up if I can't do anything with it. I need to know what's going on here. So the last time that I tried calling this guy that is like, I supposedly specializes in zoning and could answer my question, last time I called him was on Friday. So I kind of like went over this past weekend kind of stress-free a little bit. Not really. I mean, I was still obviously working, but I was trying too hard not to worry about it. Like kind of just, putting it off and just, okay, like starting Monday, I'm going to pull another list and I'm just going to keep calling. I'm going to get some more motivation, and I'm just going to go at it, because, deals fall through, deals don't work, and, it happens. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to move on from this, and then starting Monday, I will start calling again. Today is Monday. So I went over the whole weekend. I got to work on Monday, and I'm sitting there like trying to, like, I'm about to pull another list, but then like ideas just pop in my mind. Like, what if this deal could still be an opportunity? So I'm sitting here thinking it can't be too hard to find investors that would buy, not necessarily builders, but investors that would buy land zoned commercially. So I remembered that I don't only have builders in my network. I have investors that look for land in my network. So I'm like, all right, let me contact these guys and just see if they would mess with commercial land at all. So I had 2 guys in my network that messed with vacant land that weren't builders but investors in Houston. And I contacted them, and one of them told me no. The other told me yes, they would look into land, vacant land, zoned for commercial use in Houston. So I'm like, okay, this is still an opportunity because I have a guy right here that would be interested in it. So I also texted my mentor before I even texted my other investors. I texted my mentor and I was like, hey, yeah, I mean, even if because this guy's clearly motivated. So even if I have nobody in my network that would buy land zoned commercially, do you think it'd be worth it for me to still lock it up and maybe try and find a JV partner or something like that? And he was like, yeah, man, go for it. It's always worth a try. Just make sure you have your exit clause, like always. I was like, yeah, you're right. I mean, why am I even overthinking it? So basically, yeah, so starting today, I'm still going back and forth with my mentor. Not necessarily. I mean, he answered all the questions I had. I was basically asking him because, like I said earlier, I evaluated the land, but residentially, like with the median sale price and the square foot. That's all residential. None of that matters anymore now that I know that the land is zoned commercial. So now I have to figure out how to evaluate the land for commercial use rather than residential use. So basically what he told me is he was like, you should honestly just try and find like a local realtor that knows the market well down in Houston and try and ask them about that because it's kind of pretty hard to tell when it comes to something like that. So I have somebody else in my network that knows the market very well, somebody different than the people I was talking about earlier. Yeah, I texted her. It's kind of late, so I'm not really expecting a response. But as long as she gets back to me tomorrow, I'm going to see what she says about it. And then I'm going to continue to evaluate those same couple of lots and just see if I can do anything with them. So I still have this lead on my hands. And who knows where it'll be next weekend. I might still be working on it. I might have it locked up, hopefully. Or it just might not be nothing. I'll just get back to cold calling again. But we shall see. I also still have a couple other leads. They're not for land, but they're actually residential, actually local to me, like in Maryland. I called a couple of, like right around when I took that video as well, because I had a guy that I was working with on Facebook. He sent me some leads to call and basically like a tiny little partnership thing just to see if we could do anything together. He gave me some leads. He needed some leads called, so I called him. Didn't get anything from him, but I did call more leads and just letting you guys know because this is a journey. So I want you guys to know what I'm up to. But basically got nothing out of them, but clearly, like I said, there wasn't any clear motivation there, but there was people that answered the phone. There was people I had conversations with. So I do have some follow-ups coming in. Not this month, but next month I'm going to follow up with them early May, probably see what's going on. I also have another follow-up coming up this week. I forget what it's for, but I'm going to look into it more. I'm sure I'll remember once I look into it. But follow-ups are key. So just make sure you're doing follow-ups because I had to teach myself that. I started learning that more recently myself, that follow-ups are key. So I've been noting them down and I've been doing them. I also kind of wanted to talk about like maybe some mistakes I've made since I took the last video. And honestly, I don't really know if I want to call them mistakes because everything in this game is a learning experience when you're dipping into something new. Like maybe if you've already been doing this for a year and being successful with it, 2 years, and you screw up, that's a mistake. Sure, everybody makes mistakes, but I've been dipping into land and I know a lot about it now, but I still don't know everything. So I'm going to continue to learn and I'm going to continue to make mistakes that I will learn from, which is the best part about making mistakes. Look on the bright side. Always remember that. But yeah, basically since I got that hot lead, evaluating land and looking into it and seeing if it could work or whatever I could do with it, work it into a deal, has definitely started to come easier for me. Even if this lead isn't going to work and if it's not going to turn into anything, which I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't, I'm still glad that I got the opportunity to actually have clear motivation from a seller and be able to sit there and actually really evaluate a deal that could really be a potential business opportunity and make me a lot of money and my first wholesaling real estate deal. So I'm just glad I got the opportunity to really learn how to actually do this. So now once I get my next lead, I'll be set in stone, ready to go. Mind you, it'll only be my second lead, so there probably will still be some things that I may need help with because also every single deal and lead is different. So there may be things that I might have to look into or do for the next lead that I didn't even have to worry about for this one because every deal is different. So there definitely may still be things that I will have to, ask my mentor about and learn, and maybe make a mistake or two. But I just know that I've definitely improved from where I was since I filmed the first video, and I kind of know what I'm doing a lot more now. So it kind of makes me feel good either way, even if this doesn't go anywhere. But I mean, overall, just a message to you guys watching out there, if you're feeling down or, maybe wanting to quit, don't do it. There's been so many times, I don't know if I want to say so many, but there has definitely been times where I've wanted to quit because, like I said, man, this isn't easy. Starting any business is not easy. It is always difficult. It is very, very, very difficult. It takes a toll on your mental health, and it's hard. But you always have to have elements that keep you going. For me, what keeps me going is the hunger, the legacy, and most importantly, the drive. You have to have a drive to do what you're doing. I'm not saying you have to be passionate about it. Being passionate about doing your business is very, 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 very good, and will make you 10 times more likely to be successful, but you don't have to be. If you're like me, I will do almost anything to chase the bread. I love money and like, the legacy. Nobody in my family has ever made the type of money that I'm shooting to make. I want to create generational wealth for the future generations in my family. I don't really know if I ever want to have children, but when my brothers have children, when, even my aunts and uncles, I want to be able to still provide for even my grandmother once I get rich, because I know I'm going to do it, but I don't know when, and that's the thing. But it's the drive, and that's why it's so important. You have to have a clear goal, and when you have a clear goal, it doesn't matter how hard things may be, or how hard things may get, or how down you may get, or how much you may want to quit. You'll have that drive to keep going because you have a goal, and you'll do anything to meet that goal. Another thing I have to remind you guys, if it's not wholesaling, whatever you are doing, stick with it. You need to master the craft that you are practicing right now. If you don't, then you will just keep jumping around. Oh, this isn't working. Oh, every single thing is going to take time to see success. That's how it works. So this is just, I know I say this every video, but this is just why I'm making these types of videos. And just really, you guys don't understand how badly I just want to put the realism of things in your head, because social media has done a lot of bullshit to our generation. They just made you guys, not necessarily you watching this video, but a lot of people in our generation just believe anything they see on the internet. And they think it's so easy to get rich nowadays because it's 2025 and you can do this and that and this and this, and you got the whole internet on your... It's not easy. It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're in 3047. It is not easy to get rich. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. That is not just going to come to you. You need to take time. You need to practice. You need to learn, and you need to work hard to do it. It is not, there is no legal get rich quick easy scheme. That's not how shit works. So you need to fall into the reality of things, and you need to just work hard and just keep going consistent. Like, literally, just know that you're doing that you're doing business and you're starting something for yourself, but make this your daily schedule. Realize that this is your life now. Cold calling every single day. That's what you're doing. That's your life. It doesn't matter. I don't even think about the money. Just think about it as it's your job. It's your job. Just imagine you're working for your boss and he's making you cold call 6 hours a day. It will pay off as long as you know what you're doing things the right way. Even if you're not doing things the right way, as long as you're making the effort to learn from your mistakes, you will get there. I'm yapping, but I just want to let you guys know that it's possible. And it's not going to happen in minutes. It's not going to happen overnight. You need to work hard to do it. Because I don't want to see you guys quit. Just like I've thought about quitting so many times. But like I said, you need elements. You need a goal. And I know most of you guys watching this right now probably already have that goal to be financially successful, but you need to stick to it. Don't ever, just don't give up, please. That's all I ask. sorry for the motivational speech, but I had to let it out. You know what I mean? If I'm yapping too much and I talk too much, I need you guys to seriously let me know in the comments. Like, I need feedback on these videos so I can improve them and make them better for the future. But in conclusion, I know that the experience, it's especially for me, this is another reason why I make these videos, because you guys are not alone. I'm not some guru sitting here, oh, well, this is how you could close 10 wholesale deals. No, I'm in the same boat that most of you guys watching this are. Not most of you guys. I hope that there's very successful wholesalers watching my videos. I really hope there is. But if you're watching this and you haven't closed a single deal yet, and it's been months and months and months, and just so much of your time, so much of your money invested, and you're just so frustrated because you've been wasting so much time with no return. You've been putting in all this effort and haven't got any return yet. I'm in the same boat. It's been 5 months. No deal. But guess what? I haven't gave up. And that's exactly what you need to do. So I know I'm not the best speaker, but like I was going to say, especially for me, the experience is very, very humbling. But it works as long as you work hard and you do not give up. But yeah, I mean, other than that, there really hasn't been anything else really new since the last video. I've really just been trying to understand land to the best of my ability. And I've really just, literally, I've been working on this same land deal since I uploaded my first video, because I've just been trying to figure everything out. Because like I said, it's my first hot lead. I didn't really know what I was doing yet, but now I'm starting to catch on, starting to make progress. So yeah, I mean, that's basically what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, week and a half. Is just working on this lead, evaluating land, and learning how to do it. So I've gained a lot of knowledge, and it will definitely better me in the future. So now I know how to do things. So yeah, boy's getting dangerous. But I've said that before, and I still haven't gotten a deal. So, but as more and more and more knowledge floods into my brain, I know it just increases my chances of getting a deal, increasing my network every day, talking to more and more people. That's the one tip I always need you guys to remember, is your network is one of your biggest assets. Talk to people. Trust me. You never know what opportunity somebody may bring you. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I've been doing. So who knows what part 3 will look like. Maybe I'll be working on my first deal. Maybe I won't be. Maybe I'll be closing my first deal. Who knows? Maybe I'll be doing nothing. Maybe I'll be dead. Who knows? But if I do die, I'll make sure that my father comes on here, and he's going to resume the wholesale legacy. He's going to take over my part and continue the journey. And yeah, but I'm not going to die, though. So it's okay. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Just like in every other video, I'm going to leave the Discord in the description. Definitely go join. I'm not, there's no money snagging shit in there. It's all opportunities, wholesalers, investors, lenders, realtors. Anybody in the real estate game is welcome. All people like yourself, bringing each other opportunities, doing business together, networking and talking and making connections. That's all what a signing paper is about. So feel free to join. It's in the description below. I'm also going to have Prime Tracers, Marketing Plex in the description as well. Feel free to check them out. Marketing Plex is a great SMS blasting platform. Also has a CRM and a single line dialer for those of you who can't afford a triple line yet, because I'm one of those people, and I'm actually about to get their single line, try it out, see how it is. But their SMS blasting is great. So if you want to do that, definitely check them out. Prime Tracers, best skip tracing on the market. Definitely check them out. Pay as you go, no monthly subscription, accurate data. And yeah, also links to my socials as well. I'm not trying to be one of them gurus promoting everything, but I got to do what I got to do. But yeah, that's basically it. And I hope this video was a good one. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this or not in the comments. Any support be greatly appreciated. Any likes, subscriptions, be awesome. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.